All right, welcome back to the Bradenton Area Convention Center. It is Championship Saturday, the World Championships of Cornhole 16, American Cornhole Organization. Finn with Kat Halbert. I'll tell you something right now. It's good to see you. It's been a minute since Branson, but it's good to have the family back together.
For sure. It has been a good day so far, and this match is going to be nothing but the same. These girls have been throwing fire all weekend, and they are here to prove it. We've got our number 1 seeded women's doubles team out here, Lashley and McMichen versus Giffin and Maupin. Most people might not know Bailey, but they definitely know Megan. She was in our women's singles finals last year.
Yep.
So these girls have been known, and they are going to throw fire and show us that they deserve to be here.
Well, and we were staring at 4 purple jerseys, so in and of itself, it tells you there's no surprise here to be on center court. So this is a great opportunity for you to check out some great women's play, and also feel free to comment if you're watching along on Facebook. Make some comments, anything you see that you like. When we see the big shots, we'll show you some slow-mo replays or whatever it is we can do to really highlight the play that we are about to see. We are underway.
That first round, Tracey threw her a power 12. Megan gave her a 10. It's only going to give Tracey 2 points. It's also very nice to always score on that first round if you can.
You got to love that. Earlier in the lifer division, I'm proud to say that I went 2-0. There was a bye and then a forfeit, so I got into the top 16, and then I had my ass handed to me by Scott Mitchell. So that was nice. I did score my first ever point, so that was nice. How about, speaking of scoring a point,
Teanitia stole one there. Bailey went to just kind of push into him, and the bag was on slick, and it just kind of kicked off to the side. Wasn't a bad throw from Bailey, just a bad catch.
Now, I will tell you this. You see the bags that they're playing. I've noticed this a lot more with so many different bag designs. So many of these bags look the same, and it's kind of hard when they get piled up to figure out which one's which and what's going on.
Yeah, Tracey and Teanitia are throwing blue Vipers, whereas Megan and Bailey are throwing Blackjack Reynolds bags. They are white and purple on the top, but on the bottom they're black. So up against what Teanitia and I like to call her dingy Vipers.
Her dingy Vipers.
They are. She calls them indoor-outdoor Vipers.
Oh,
so
very good.
They're a little funky, but they do get a little rough. Thankfully, the girls can tell the difference, though.
Well, and I would tell you the body language. I don't know that there's anybody with more interpretive body language than Megan Maupin, because when she's not happy with Megan, and you see it right there, you get to watch her have a little conference with herself.
Yeah, she's not happy, and she deserves to not be happy after that one. That's not a normal Megan situation. Tracey hit a great shot to grab that bag that was sitting next to Megan's Reynolds and just kind of clean them up. The girls are I talked to Tracey and Teanitia right before the game, and they have been so ready for this one. They earned it, they proved it in the Team of the Season playoff, and they wanted to make sure that everyone knew that they weren't just around for the season, they were around for Worlds.
Well, and if you remember, too, during that Player of the Season, Team of the Season, it was a...
Hold on. I believe there's a score issue. It's 13. It was 10 the frame before. I mean, I agree.
All right, Chris Clark being called in as an official here on center court. We have a scoring issue. Apparently in the last frame it should have been 13-0 plus whatever was scored in this frame.
Yeah, so I was pretty sure that it was 10 because Megan had 2 on the board. She went for that last airmail and went off the back. There was one bag that was behind the board of Megan's already. I thought that maybe it was an airmail and it was just something that I had overlooked. But I believe it was a push that she tried to do, and it went off the back also.
Yeah.
So Megan would have had 2 on the board, and Tracey had 4 in, so it would have been a 10, which would have made the score 13 prior to this round.
All right, so they gathered together around Chris Clark. Official does what an official does, and now we have the proper score, 15-0.
Yeah, Megan's got to settle down here. Tracey throws a little bit slower than what Megan's used to.
Right.
So as you notice, I mean, Tracey's bag barely fell before Megan was ready to fire away.
Oh, no, there's some times where it doesn't even feel like the competitor's bag has even touched the ground or finished moving on the board before her bag is in the air, for sure.
For sure. And it'll go both ways. If Megan is trying so hard to continue to stay fast with Tracey, it could mess with her like that previous round we saw. But if it speeds Tracey up, it could also do the same thing for Tracey.
Oh, absolutely.
So, I mean, it could go back and forth. Well, Megan's going to get herself on the board there with 2 points. So Bailey just needs to see if she can capitalize here and stay in front. Teanitia's definitely been throwing fire, just going for the hole.
Well, honestly, the way that that bag was laying, you would have thought any movement of the board would have dripped that one in, but she was lucky to get that to hold and leave the other one hanging at the 3 o'clock.
Oh, yeah. The pace down here is very similar, though. Both of them not super slow, just a little distinctive. Make sure that they think about what they're going to do before they hum it. Good 10s, solid 10s from the girls there.
Couple taters exchanged at the end of the court, and here we go again.
There was a bag to the side of that hole right there that Bailey could have tried to grab, but being down 15-2, the smartest decision for her was, you have two kinds of play there. Do I go aggressive, like we're already so down at this point, do I want to try and grab that bag knowing that Teanitia has one off to the side, that I can grab it, or do I just put it in the hole, make sure that I have a wash, make sure Megan keeps with first bag?
Right.
And Bailey's going to be the less aggressive player here. So
she's going to just take the safe spot
just make sure that
it,
she stays with the wash, stays less aggressive, just tries to keep Megan with that first bag as much as she can. Megan did not like that bag. She wanted it in the hole because Tracey has one off the back. But it's a great bag. It's a block. I mean, and it's a little low, but it is a really good placement.
Oh, what a
beautiful
fantastic shot. We should look at that one again because there was really no way it seemed like it could go in from that position, but she did somehow sneak it around on the right-hand side. So we'll see if we can take a look at that one again. That was a really good shot. All right, Bailey leaves one up and out of play to begin the frame, and Teanitia takes advantage of that, slides one in. 15-3, not insurmountable, but not exactly what you'd want to be staring at, I don't think, in a situation like this where you know who it is you're up against. I see also Tracey wearing the earbuds. It's, I don't remember her wearing the earbuds. Oh, fantastic.
She does.
Nicely done. Nicely done. Let's take a look at that one again as well. That's really, really nicely done.
Tracey and Teanitia both use earbuds. Tracey always wears her earbuds. It's her way of staying out of her own head, just kind of keeping that streamlined.
Yeah, funny. I don't remember seeing them the other night in the Player of the Season Championship.
They stick out a little bit more today for sure.
Yeah. Maybe her hair's pulled back, and I just missed them the other night. Surprises me how more and more players are playing with the noise canceling, or even if there's no music and just the noise canceling.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a player preference. Some people feed off of the crowd. Some people feed off of that want of hearing people cheer you on. And the others really need, sometimes you just need, it's not about trying to get rid of everybody else. It's trying to get rid of your
own head, right?
Constantly talking like, if I can just sing in my own head, maybe I won't focus so much on the fact that I just threw it back off the back of the board.
Right. You just want to say, shut up in there, shut up.
Yeah. So, let's.
All right, well, that wraps it up.
I think Megan, personally, the look on Megan's face, you're down 17-3.
Yeah.
You just put 3 bags on the back of the hole. My thought process is I just want this game over. I have 2 more options here. Don't get me wrong. It is definitely harder to beat a team that just won like that 2 times back to back. But you're going to use a lot of energy to try and get yourself out of a hole like that.
Well, and I think you summed it up perfectly. I just want this one over. I that look on her face. I mean, she's still got that look on her face right now. I just want it over. And will that translate into a focus that gets her, sharpshooting in game 2? But that first one was just honestly a train wreck.
It was definitely not the Megan Maupin that we're used to. Megan is, usually very deliberate, very, she's all over the hole, and she just wasn't there that game. I know she told me earlier that she was nervous. Megan's been in a lot of women's singles big matches. She's not been in tons of big women's doubles matches.
Right.
And, sometimes you can put that pressure on yourself, too. Bailey hasn't been here that often. This is something that Megan's kind of used to, whereas, is she putting the pressure on herself, like, I got to make sure that I'm there for my partner, I got to make sure I pick it up my partner, and if I'm not doing my end, how can she count on me? You know what I mean?
Well, and when you are the player that has the pedigree and that heritage and all those, like you said, all those games behind you, you feel like you're kind of carrying 1.5 times the weight, and then
or you at least feel like you need to.
You need to. That's right. And then you slip one off, and then you see her. She slaps her thigh, or she turns and walks away significantly from the boards, and the pace of play does not allow her to calm herself.
Yeah.
She has to figure it out fast.
She does. She stole 1 point out there because Tracey slid that last bag off the back. Megan wasn't happy. She thought she was definitely giving Tracey 2, but she got a break there, and she needs to keep that momentum if they're going to keep themselves from digging the hole like they did last time.
Well, and as Hal said, they put the penny on the board, and you win this 1 point at a time, really. So
that's all it takes.
You gotta be happy at least with that.
Bailey looks like she looks very nervous, and I think she needs to slow down a little bit and just straighten out. The boards, they look, I don't know why. So Bailey's throwing slick side down, and they seem to be hopping the hole on her and going off the back.
Yeah.
And I think, she's got to make a decision. Am I going to continue to throw slick and get some more air on it so that I can make sure that it stays on the board? Or am I going to, do I need to flip it over to ensure that they stay on the board, even though they might not quite get to where they need to be? They would be in Teanitia's way. So no matter what you do, if your bags are on the board, it's going to make Teanitia start making different decisions instead of just sliding them up the hole.
Well, and we saw a couple of times just in that last frame, it comes, like you said, it comes up the right side. And we're so used to, with the right pace, it gets up and maybe it decides to drip in the hole. Her pace is such that it's scooting right over that right side third of the hole, and it doesn't have a chance. I saw a lot of that earlier when I was playing in the lifer division. Just when I was practicing and playing, it was all or nothing for me in that particular sense. And I was either off the back or I was, begging it to run. Handful of folks watching: Christy and Casey, Brian, Jesse, Jake, Blaine, Jimmy, Josh, Sherry.
Tracey tried to go for the sneak around the side. She just did it a couple frames ago in that last game. So, that's what Teanitia told her to do again. It didn't work for her, so she's thinking, I'm going to give the wash, it'll be fine. But she ended up stealing 2 out of it there. Megan went for the push, dropped the one in front, but didn't quite get that one in her hand.
And she knew it. She walked around. She put their points up begrudgingly. And but she knows she's missed a number of opportunities that you would, like you said, from her play in the past, you would expect to be natural, no questions, no brainer.
Yeah, but she's also not playing like normal Megan either.
Yeah.
And it's funny. In the team of the season women's doubles match, we had this conversation that all 4 of the girls out here looked very uncomfortable. Yeah. They looked very, shaken. They looked very nervous, this, that, and the other, whatever. And now you're watching Teanitia and Tracey look super comfortable.
Yeah.
Throwing fire, not thinking about nothing, and Bailey and Megan look exactly like what Tammy and Tiff look like.
Yes.
All 4 of them look like in Team of the Season.
No, absolutely. Well, Tracey and Teanitia, like you said, and I asked you this back when it was Player of the Season, Team of the Season, is that more nerve-wracking than this? And I feel like having won that, they come in here with a level of confidence having won that, but not just a chance to get to play together, longer and get that extra set of games under their belt. There's a confidence knowing that there's a green jersey hiding under those purple jerseys.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And they are playing that way. And Megan just still seems to be a little bit snake bit, but she is carrying the weight. And, who knows? Bailey may surprise her. Maybe she put a dirty bag out there in the last frame, but she's trying to figure out that between where you said she was hitting it too hard off the back and then coming in low. Maybe the rest of these frames she figures it out.
Bailey's got the talent. The girl can throw. I mean, They got here for a reason.
No
I mean, I played her the other day in women's. I mean, the girl has got it. She's just got to make sure that she can slow herself down and throw the way that she knows she can throw. Megan's going to steal another point out of the one with Tracey going with off the back, but I mean that was another missed opportunity for Megan to be able to get three.
One. Yeah, absolutely. And the final score of the first game was
21-3.
21-3. Yeah, that's what I thought for some reason I was thinking
is
too.
What they got there, and I mean right now we're only taking pennies. Bailey and Megan have got to figure out how to at least capitalize. Tracey and Teanitia are not giving them many opportunities. Right. So they really need to make sure that they can figure out how to capitalize and not give them opportunities to continue to score them.
And if you're just waiting for them to blink, it isn't going to happen.
And there you go. Bailey's can flip that bag over now. And I think that's
nicely done.
Maybe that's where she needs to stay.
Yeah,
wash on tins.
They wash it, but the only bag she threw there and it almost you could see it when it left her hand with no confidence was the one that hung up there on the left side and put itself out of play, but everything else seemed deliberate.
Yes, and well, that's what I'm saying. If they were so slick and she continued to throw slick side, she looked like she was trying to baby it, and then you can't throw deliberate. If you flip it over, if the boards are too fast, flip the bag over and make sure that you can control your bag.
Okay, so right there, Tracey throws hers, and it sits on the front lip of the board, and right behind, even before it comes to settle, Megan throws. Should she have not spent a second and said, well, maybe I can come up, because we know she's got the shot to come up and over top of it. She almost seemed willing to go ahead and just push it through, and it didn't work. Is it because of her pace of play, do you think?
I don't know. I think Tracey's really frustrating her.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Tracey can get 4 right here. I think Tracey, I'm thinking Tracey might have tried to go for the airmail there and was just a little low with it, and it came in too short. But I think she also could have tried to slide it and then just not had it with the right angle. Either one of those options, I mean, would have been a great choice there.
See that one? I was just going to say that one's dying to drop down into the hole, and it did even before the bag left Bailey's hand.
Both of these bags right here that these girls are playing with are so... Teanitia's are very slick, and Bailey and Megan's are not as slick, but they're very broke in, so they had a lot of give.
It's a nice bag there to hold the board even. I mean, typically you'll make that shot and it might hit hard, drop one in, and then bounce off the back, but to hold, that was the bag doing that work right there. So 15-14 game 2 as we work our way through women's doubles. These 4 purple jerseys, 2 of them are going to walk away as champions for women's doubles for World 16. Bradenton Area Convention Center, powered by Bud Light. We appreciate you guys checking us out on Facebook. Don't forget, all these matches will be curated and reposted for you on our YouTube channel, and that's where a lot of people have an opportunity to go back and sit back and watch the entire match, which is great in case you missed 1 or 2 of a best of 3, or who knows, I think we're going to find some best of 3s that are going to go all 3. And if it's quite possible if Megan and Bailey find their groove, we could be going to 3, even at 15-4 right now. There's
Megan
an opportunity right there.
For 4.
And she does it. She did it.
That is the first time Megan has really capitalized on an opportunity that Tracey has given. And you know,
mopping up, as they say.
That's what they call her, mop the floor mopping. You know, but I was almost worried for that last bag because Tracey's legitimately had not even stopped and Megan was already throwing.
Already in flight.
I mean, I know Megan likes that fast pace, and I think that's what she's trying to stay with. But I mean, almost you need to, if you can make it to where if Tracey's, you know, throwing you out of your rhythm that much, maybe step out each time and step back in, and then act like it's your first bag every time.
Oh, and one off the back left side. That was and you know what? That was a gift right back there, only costing him 2, but a pretty critical 2. But correct me if I'm wrong. We saw Megan the other night when she did step out. It was almost too long for her pace. She overthought it, and it didn't seem to really. I don't remember a couple times when she did stop to see what was going on. She it almost seemed like she took herself out of her own rhythm.
She does. I mean, I'm someone that's played Megan a lot, and Megan I throw fast, but Megan throws very fast for me.
Yeah.
And I have to really slow myself down, because if I don't watch it, she'll throw me way out of my rhythm.
Right.
And then when I slow down, I throw her out of hers. You know, and it's a back and forth battle. You got to figure out how to play your game and not the other person's.
Yep. Oh, fantastic.
Watching those bags right there, I think Megan's starting to throw Tracey out of her rhythm.
A little bit, yeah. That was right there. That was one of the exactly what you're talking about. When she threw that bag and it kind of pushed the other two up and out of play and pulled in, she just completely opened up the lane for Megan, and she took advantage of it. And that's two 4-baggers in a row for her. So, you know, who knows? She's
Megan's starting to look like Megan.
A couple of innings ago, if you will. And
but if Teanitia can capitalize on this end where Bailey's given the breaks, I mean, that's a great bag from Bailey right there.
Forcing the issue, to be sure. Come up and over the left side. But right now...
Tracey telling Teanitia to step out to the side, try and wrap around. Maybe you take one of Bailey's bags. It's a good block there.
Now, does Bailey have this airmail to come up and over the top, or what do you think she plays
Tenitia's asking about the airmail. Bailey's just going to lay up. Bailey's like, I want my points. I want to make sure. I know Tenitia's asking about the airmail. She wants to know how much hole's there. Tracey wants her to look at it. They want this game over, you know, now.
They don't want to go to game 3.
I mean, you're talking about you're 17-12. You were 16-2.
Right.
So I want it over now.
Right.
I don't want to give them the chance to come back and get me, and then we have to do this a third time.
Nope. That's where so many momentum shifts have happened right at this point in a game 2, right here.
Tenitia's got a nasty airmail, but they just decided to lay it up.
Live to fight another frame, I guess. It's so funny, too. I'll watch Megan, and she has such a deliberate ritual. It's almost like a baseball player staffing the hair right into the batter's box. Where you step out, adjust your gloves. It's the same motion every single time. Boy, it's coming in flat. That's nice. It pushes it. Tracey's bag out. She pushes it back in.
Yeah, but she was trying to grab it and pull both of them in, and the one she threw is way out of play now. That Viper's going to fall.
Yeah, it fell, yeah.
But Megan cleans up here. Tracey needs to make sure she closes up, finishes up, and only gives 2. She does.
All right. Well,
it's going to be 17-14. They are slowly creeping. They've got to close this one out now, or Megan and Bailey are just going to make them go to 3.
Well, I would say you would probably agree with me that 5 minutes ago, we did not see 17-14 coming.
No.
We did not see it coming. Bailey has a very deliberate, very regular, very consistent throw. It almost seems like anything that she puts off to the side of the hole is just a split second as to how long she's holding on to the bag.
Oh, for sure.
And
Tenitia's super unhappy with that.
The same.
That's a great bag there from Bailey. She even kind of knocked Tenitia's back a little bit to keep Teanitia from trying to go for the drag.
And there was a bit of a gift back, so the lead changes hands now. 18-17 here in Game 2 for the women's doubles. World 16. We can show that one again, I think, as they collect their bags. We can certainly show that one again. That was nicely done. Megan back on with lead bag and straight up the middle owns the hole right there up the center. Oh. As if to say, I got you now. I'm in your head and I got you.
Yeah, Tracey's really got to slow down here because Megan has finally found it, and the way that Megan's throwing right now, Tracey has got to make sure that she slows down and throws the bag. She cannot afford this bag not to be in the hole.
Nope, it has to be there. Oh, and it sits out. It sits out, and we are back at zeros going to the Game 3 that I don't think originally we thought we were going to see, but now the momentum is right at the moment we talked about it. It changed exactly then. Exactly there. So that was a final. That was, 21? They finished out with 21?
21-17.
21-17.
what was a 16-3 game turned in the other way for a 21-17. It's definitely not what we looked at. I didn't think we were getting that.
All right, so each of them has a little bit of a troublemaker to start with, but seem to have found the center of the board. Nice little frame they each built, so now it's just a matter of finishing it up, cleaning it up, and moving on. Nicely finished off the backside there by Bailey Giffin.
If you notice, Bailey flicked it back over to slick side, but she's way more comfortable now. So she doesn't feel like she has to baby it. She feels like she can throw it. And that's one of those things throughout these games, as the more comfortable these 4 girls get, or the more uncomfortable. Bailey and Megan are starting to get more comfortable, and you see them being more deliberate, more thought through, whereas Teanitia and Tracey are going, did we really just blow?
Tied it up. Did we give that away? Yep.
We really gave that game away.
Yep.
So they've got to get themselves back in this game and go, okay, if we want this one, we earned our 1 spot.
Yep.
We earned being here. If we want to take it home, all of it, we've got to get it together.
Yep. Well, and we mentioned earlier that while Bailey was trying to measure, coming in hard and fast off the side of the hole and off the back of the board, then she dropped that bag right in front. So she seems to have found that spot on the board. She's comfortable with that slide.
Yep.
And like you said, not babying it, but putting it right where it needs to be. So she found that middle ground. Bailey and Megan jump up 2-0 in game 3. And again, psychologically, you're right. That has got to be wearing on Tracey and Teanitia, because I think they thought, we got this, baby, but minimizing
Tenitia's
the damage there.
Super upset about that bag right there. With Bailey off the side, that very first bag, Teanitia wanted that bag in the hole, but she's doing a really good job of working it back in.
It's going this time.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And that's a good placement, because Bailey's either going to have to go.
Yep.
I think she tried to sit up behind her.
She did. That's a good finish. That's really nice. That's a really nice finish there.
Teanitia down there talking to herself, going, stay forward. Come on. Stay forward. Stay front.
And she was able to get that missed opportunity on the first bag out of her head. Like you said, work it back to the hole, replace it, and then bring it back in.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing, is it's all about, can you shake off the bad bags? Or is it a bag that, it's bad, but can I fix it?
Right.
Can I make it work in my advantage? Is there time,
right? Yep, absolutely.
It's a good bag from Tracey. That blackjack Reynolds is definitely going.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out what kind of liquid is in those bags.
We'll have to call Hauser and ask.
Yeah.
Great.
No question how that was going to wrap
girls.
Up. Nicely done. Very well done. Again, the Bradenton Area Convention Center is where we call home for the World 16 American Cornhole Organization here on American Cornhole Organization World Cornhole Day. Championship matches throughout the day here on our Facebook page. Also, we're running at AmericanCornhole.com. They'll all be curated by CS and our digital marketing team on the YouTube channel, so you can go back and revisit some of your favorite matches. We will be here throughout the afternoon. Kat Kennedy calling a lot of the action right next to me side by side. I am Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO. Phil Barnett will be in here. Boom Howell will be in here. Jay Boogie's going to be in here, because I know you need to get out and take a break, and you need to be in eye line. I learned this. Oh, there's a rough bag off the front. I learned that you needed to be in the eye line when we were in Branson. It turned out being in the booth worked out okay for Tanner, but when doubles comes up, I know you need to be somewhere where he can more easily see you and not worry about what you're saying.
Maybe, just a little bit.
Maybe
not just as much that, but maybe it's more about me being able to say what I need to say without a microphone in front of my face.
Well, earlier when I was playing in the lifer, I think you read my lips, because I heard you bust out laughing from over, and I said, I hope she's not laughing at how I'm playing. Then I realized you were reading my lips.
All day.
Mm-hmm. Something rhymed with trucker, I think it was, that you might have picked up on.
Mother Shuckers?
Yes, Mother Shuckers.
It was Mother Shuckers.
That's what it was.
Little Josh Bates tag right there. This is the greatest cornhole name ever.
That's a good one. Uh-oh, right off the back. That's a little bit of a surprise from Tracey right there.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't what she was trying to do, but she finished up. She's only going to get 3. It's nothing massively hurt. It's a 6-5 game. You're still early in the game. You don't want to make those mistakes.
Nope.
But honestly, it's not unforgivable.
Right, making that mistake and not having a lead change, still okay psychologically, I think.
You gave up.
It's always good to get that first one in the hole and out of your system.
She's trying to find that spot that she wants. She knows that she's got to be lower on the board, but that first one, and Megan wasn't wrong. It wasn't a bad spot. Teanitia's just doing a really good job of hitting. Now this one.
It's a killer right there. It's not going to drip.
She got lucky because that's where Teanitia hits. She hits right there low, too, because she throws a slicker bag, and she got really lucky that when she hit Bailey's, she didn't pop off. I was kind of maybe expecting an airmail, but, Teanitia was trying to play it safe and stay right where she was.
Well, she left her a lot of room. I mean, half of that logo was available to her if she wanted it.
And that's what she was trying to do, just go over it a little bit, land it up there, make sure she stayed safe.
All right. If you're going to give that center lane to Megan, she's going to take it, especially since about halfway through game 2. Every time that bag will drop right there. There it goes. Yep.
You can see Tracey slowed herself back down.
Yep. And it's just going to be one or two at a time here, I think, the rest of the way. I don't think we're going to see a giant frame. Oh, well.
It looked really good, but it just cut on her on the side.
9-8 Giffin Maupin over Lashley McMichen, but this is game 3. Who will be our women's doubles world champion? We'll find out here in just a handful of minutes. And then we got a long way to go. We've got lots of championship matches to get to. We've got, co-ed doubles is one that everybody's excited about. Earlier we had
young guns.
Yeah, senior doubles was cool. Scotty Burridge and Johnny Thomas over the Forces. And I know Teresa was shooting lights out there for a minute too, but it wasn't enough to take the win. But congratulations to Burridge.
She'll be back later on too.
Yep. And then we had our tailgater final as well. We had all week long the tailgater, and it was Gammon and Gammon took the tailgater?
Yeah, Gammon and Gammon from 7 Mile Pike Cornhole. They took the tailgater over Bracy Blanton and Austin Graham.
Oh, Austin Graham was one of my wins in the
because
he
had
lifer.
To pull out.
Well, shush! I smoked him.
Oh yes, 100%, 21-0, wasn't it?
Oh, I think it was 21-0. Don't tell him that if you see him.
He might ask for a rematch just so you can.
Yeah, wouldn't that be something? That'd be great. I've only met his shaggy hair from behind because he was walking away as I go, hey, buddy, what's that? He goes, can I still get in the lifer? And I'm like, yeah, I think so. And he was walking away. I'm like, okay, he wants to get in the lifer. And then all of a sudden I was up against him today, and they're like, oh, he forfeited. My favorite way to win, forfeit. All right. 13-8, Giffin Maupin over Lashley McMichen. They certainly turned the tide about a little after midway through the second game here, and
they found some momentum, and they have been staying strong for sure. This third game has been more of the game that I thought that we would see all the way through.
From the beginning, yeah.
It's, little mistakes here and there, 1s and 2s, an occasional 3, but nothing crazy, nothing big. Everybody's very deliberate. Everybody's very up the middle,
Oh, there was an opportunity missed right there.
Oh, for sure. And Teanitia needed to make sure she capitalized and made sure that she kept that wash. I mean, she had the chance to give up the 2. Bailey gave it back to her. And you need to keep them from scoring as much as possible right now.
Mm-hmm. But again, not seeing that big frame like we were seeing specifically in game 1.
That first game was not what we expected at all. This is the Megan and Bailey that we saw on Wednesday.
Earned their way here.
On the way here and how they earned it. So I'm glad that they were able to calm themselves down and really show everybody what they're made of. Tracey seems to have gotten herself situated here a little bit better now.
Found her pace back. Oh, and she just gives up a couple right there, and that changes things oddly significantly now, almost doubling up now.
Yeah, it looked really good, and it almost looked like it landed on a corner and just kind of flipped around. She needs Teanitia to find the center and get her back with first bag.
And Bailey needs to get this one in. I mean, she does. Just for her own confidence, just to know that she can hold her end of the bargain up. Now it's curious because now she's kind of blocked that side that Bailey has been working on. So, well, it's nicely done.
She wasn't trying to.
No.
Teanitia is not a blocker. Teanitia is, I go in the hole, and you have to match me.
Oh, nicely done. That's a great shot right there.
She was trying to grab
Take a look
that
at that
bag.
one again. Not able to grab it, but really nicely done. We have not seen a lot of those style shots happening. Would you call that one an airmail?
Oh, for sure. She all day was trying to drag. That was an airmail all day. She was trying to drag that bag. Teanitia, Terry walked over, gave her a little pep talk, and said, "Come on, throw like you throw.
Well,
get rid of the fear and throw the bag."
The reason I asked was because I got accused the other day of calling something an airmail that wasn't an airmail, and I'm like, mea culpa. So I want to make sure I'm not. I guess if it hits a certain amount of the
it can't hit rim, the front of the
rim of the hole.
Yeah.
So
There's a word for that, but we're not going to use it on the microphone.
Yes. It's
Tracey able to capitalize.
Nicely done on that back left high right.
Given her.
Yep, it really is. That's the first time she blinked, and Tracey was able to take advantage of it.
I think that's what, Tracey and Teanitia needed right here. I think they needed Megan to give Tracey a break because Tracey was like, okay, are you going to miss? Are you done?
Yeah, could you help a sister out over here, please?
Yeah. Like,
could you please make a mistake that I could try to capitalize on?
I'm sure Megan was thinking the same thing the first game. So, it goes both ways.
All right, so
Bailey's doing really good at staying on her side of the hole, and it's constantly moving that Viper out of the way. Yep. That Viper's gone.
I think that might have been the one. That put it out, yep. Nicely done. Oh, yeah, there you go. Nice shot. Coming in from the 1 o'clock position, kind of, I always kind of think about those bags almost like people going scuba diving, falling off the back of the boat, getting ready to go in.
Back in.
Our man Johnny Box is controlling the video, and occasionally he's going to give you a replay worth seeing, absolutely. But again, don't forget, all of this action is curated on our YouTube channel. You're watching live now on our Facebook channel, but you can also check out AmericanCornhole.com, and then somewhere down the line, if you want to revisit some of this, any of these games, any of these full matches, you can do that on YouTube on American Cornhole. So check all that out. 1910, it's Bailey Giffin and Megan Maupin. Teanitia Lashley, Lashley McMichen. Could have just been. That is it right there. This needs to.
Tracey's going to have to hit the airmail and drag that back.
To pull that back
it's
back
not
in.
undraggable. It's definitely in play, but it's going to be hard. She's going to have to go to the back of the hole.
Oh, and she gets
my gosh.
The drag. We have women's doubles champions. How about that? Bailey Giffin, Megan Maupin. Not what we thought was going to happen after game number 1, but what a fantastic comeback. The number 8 seed takes down the number 1 seed, the player of this team of the season, Kat.
I know. It's crazy. Megan and Bailey really turned it on that second game. In the middle of that game, they were like, okay, we're done. And like I said, we were talking about it. Megan needed to find that confidence because once she found it, Bailey found it. Megan was like, I've got to pick my partner up. I've got to show my partner I'm here. I'm here to play. I'll get you where you need to be if you can help me.
Yeah, all you got to do is give me a little something back, and we got this. I got you, girl. I know. I'll tell you what. We saw the exact point where the momentum shifted in game number 2, and congratulations, Bailey Giffin, Megan Maupin, our women's doubles champions for season 16, the American Cornhole Organization World Championships, live from the Bradenton Area Convention Center, powered by Bud Light. We'll be back here, and we'll, what are we going to hop into next? What are we looking at now?
We are looking at co-ed doubles, which means you will see Teanitia Lashley back here with Terry Mathis, and they are going to be playing Spencer Gardner and Maddie McBride, the Young Guns.
Outstanding. All right, well, looking forward to it. Philip is going to step in. You're going to take a little break, and you're going to go start making sure your man is relaxed and ready to go.
Yeah, but I'll be back. I'll see you for seniors and women's, and
absolutely.
Then we have a good day.
Then we'll have a good time during singles as well. All good stuff. All right, very good. Kat, Albert, Finn, we are live at the Bradenton Area Convention Center, and we are getting ready for Spencer Garner and Maddie McBride, the young guns, coming up here for co-ed doubles.